and welcome to your unique career personality blueprint. Tonight is the finale, and we've gone through so many things. Tonight, we're going through how your design in your DNA with this amazing body graph chart, how you stay healthy, your radiance, and then your purpose or the embodiment of fulfillment, like in your body, not necessarily what you do, but how you're feeling fulfilled within your body. And then we're going to pull all the things together from the past 5 classes and create your elevator speech from your design. So it's really fascinating that we can pull this from ourselves, from our design versus just like pie in the sky or throwing spaghetti on the wall, as they say. So no guesswork required. All right, I'm gonna pull up the overview. I'm going to share my screen. And I will say, it's been a very humbling experience going through this, just because there's so many areas of growth that I see, of like what I'm living into, the possibility I'm living into, of like where I could be, and why I get so tired when I'm staying out so late because I'm not preparing myself, or just the things that I'm doing that are out of alignment and where I have room for improvement. And there's a lot of room for improvement. But that's why we take the deeper look, so that we can actually see what we can do to align our life and not just keep on forging ahead, but pausing to actually reflect on the best way forward. I want to share an interesting statistic real quick. The guy who started Keller Williams, I believe his name is Keller Williams. He hosts a retreat with 100 of his best top real estate guys, agents, and he asked them, these 100 guys, the top 100 guys in this Keller Williams, which is this very elite company, the top real estate agents in the country. He asked them how much time on average do they spend taking time off work so they can learn and grow and go to conferences and things like that. Do you guys have any guesses of how many hours these, or how many days a year these guys took off?
I don't know. I would say maybe like a week, 7 days. Or am I looking at
7
backwards?
days? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, it was 100 days.
Way
Yeah,
off.
they are perpetual learners. They are continually growth minded. Like they are the ones who took the most time off of all the guys in the whole company, and that's why they had such amazing numbers and were at the top of the company. It wasn't because they were to the grindstone. It was because they were um, investing in their personal development.
They're in the mode of creation, not
Mm-hmm.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about action, it's aligned action.
Right.
Yeah, and like if we're forcing something and we're just like not in alignment, then it's better for us to just go and do something else and then come back to it.
Yeah.
later when we're aligned. Um, so we're going to get into your radiance and what keeps you healthy. And this is in your unconscious mind. And this is on the left side of your chart, it shows your unconscious core essence, which essentially is connects with the sun energy. And this is what keeps you healthy, what keeps you radiant, the vitality within you. And it's the key for you feeling lit up and energized. So it's the sphere of your health, vitality, your inner light. It's how you shine from within when you're aligned, and how you lose energy when you're out of alignment. And it's also your spiritual and physical well-being. When you're living in alignment with your true nature, you glow. And when you're not, your energy drops or becomes unstable. And this, so the conscious core essence, so on your conscious side, that's your outer expression. Radiance is more about your inner well-being, your true vitality physically and energetically. And when you live in alignment with your radiance, your body thrives, your aura glows, and you magnetize success rather naturally. And then each line reveals the mode of grounding that supports your inner stability and magnetic presence. And it's how you maintain that inner glow. So it's really quite a beautiful line to understand, because your health is the center of your being. It really pulls everything together. So if you're a line one, then you radiate with inner certainty and structure. And for myself as a line one, I definitely resisted structure in my youth, just wandering in my wanderings. I resisted any kind of structure, but realizing this has just been spoke very deep to my soul. Um, so with a line one, you thrive when you feel grounded in certainty and a deep inner trust. And that means making decisions from your inner convictions, not external validation. Health is linked to inner security and a sense of structure. So you need quiet time, space to study or contemplate, solid routines, and to understand how things work before you can feel safe to get out there and show yourself and shine. And when you don't feel prepared or informed, and you can feel anxious and doubt yourself, and then your vitality will drop. And when your life feels chaotic or undefined, your energy starts to dim. So stability is your fuel. And for this line, it's important to create strong internal frameworks and limit the overstimulation. Trust your knowledge, give yourself permission to rely on what you already know instead of constantly second guessing or looking for more information, which I do that a lot. I'm constantly, as a line one, the nature of the line one is to constantly be researching and finding out more. um, so relying on what you already know and realizing that you can move forward at some point, that you are prepared enough, is also something to start to recognize. So for me, with line one, I like structure in the morning, like with my morning routine. I like having smoothies every morning. Smoothies and smoothie bowls, and writing and reading the Bible and prayer and music. So and that gets me kind of in the flow. And also affirmations and meditation, which I had been out of the flow and I'm back in the flow. And so whenever I am meditating and in the structure of meditation and affirmation, I am chef's kiss, like on the right track. So it definitely keeps me healthy. All right, so line 2 radiates ease and natural flow. Um, Line 2, you're naturally radiant when you're at ease and not forcing life. Your health is tied to your ability to stay in flow, not too much pressure or expectation. Dims your light. You need space, beauty, solitude, and time to do things your way. Others see your glow most when you're not trying to prove anything. And for you, it's important to say no to anything that feels forced and protect your natural rhythm. And then line 3 radiates through adaptability. Your radiance comes from moving with life, not resisting it. Um, and you need the freedom to try things, pivot, play, and explore. So if you have a rigid schedule or something like very fixed, it's going to drain you. You can energize others when you embrace the adventure, share what you're learning, and allow mistakes to grow you. So, not being afraid of mistakes, but kind of full speed ahead. Vitality, insight, stay mobile, experiment often, and don't fear failure. So, my coach, Shanda, I think she's around 16 million a year or so. She did an experiment and she doubled her income from around 8 million to 16 million. And I think what her test was that she was going to fail 20 times, I think. I forget what the number was or how many times she said that she wanted to fail. So she wanted to fail 20 times. I think she said around time 8 or 9, she doubled her business. She doubled her income. She went from 8 million a year to 16 million a year, from full on no abandonment, like just full speed ahead. And so that's always stuck with me and been really powerful because she had wanted to scale her business dramatically and she did it. She did it by removing the fear and going and trying to fail. Another way I've heard this said is go for no. Like literally just get to the no. My NLP coach, he said that one of his tactics is, or they doubled their sales numbers when they actually got their people to go for no instead of just dancing around trying to get somebody to say yes. They were just like, okay, well, just if it's no, fine. And then they were able to double their number of sales calls a day because they got to know faster, and then they moved on to the next person, and then when they moved on to the next person, they were a yes. So the more no's you get out of the way, the faster you can get to the yes. All right, line 4 radiates through warmth and connection. You shine when you feel emotionally safe and connected to others. Your health is tied to your heart. Your radiance thrives in an environment of trust, harmony, and emotional intimacy. And when your relationships are solid, your body responds with strength. And your vitality insight is to invest in real connection and guard your energy from toxic environments. Line 5 radiates through empowered leadership. Your radiance comes when you're owning your power and offering clear, useful solutions to others. You lose energy when you feel pressured to fix everyone or hide your truth. You're designed to shine when you're leading authentically, not bending to people pleasing or fear. And your vitality insight is say what you see and serve without rescuing and lead from clarity. And then line 6, are you a line 6, Roman? 4-6? I think that's what you are.
I'm not. Is that what this is still conscious energy or the?
No,
Yeah,
this is the unconscious.
Oh, the unconscious. So that would be a. Well, is it A, B? After I'm trying to find the thing.
yeah. What letter is this for?
Yeah.
This is for your, so yeah, Roman, you're a 4-6, so you would be the 6. So this is for the 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 E on the left side.
E.
Yeah, that's your
Got it.
Okay. I'm line 1.
your
36E. Yeah, okay.
yeah, so your line 1, you're radiating inner certainty and structure. It's what keeps you healthy, Kevin.
Yeah, I run away from structure. This is hilarious. It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was saying also is that was my whole youth was like no, like like no structure, I don't want it. And come to find out
Right.
it's actually what keeps you healthy and radiant and grounded. Yeah. But it can be structure your way. I mean, you can create your own internal frameworks.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh man.
And then for you, Roman,
Yeah.
you radiate through embodiment and wisdom. And you shine when you're living your truth calmly and with integrity. Your health is tied to perspective. When you feel rushed or misunderstood or disconnected from purpose, your energy retreats.
Mm-hmm.
You need space to reflect and lead by example, not by convincing. You're a slow burn radiance that grows brighter with age. And your vitality insight is to give yourself time, detach from the chaos, and embody your values. So again, it's in your body.
Ah.
This is the embodiment. So the unconscious side is the embodiment of it, more what you feel in your body, and the conscious side is more like in your mind,
Yeah.
what you know.
That makes a lot of sense because within the last year and a half, I have been like more like caring how like my body feels more so my thoughts and others. It's kind of like it's funny. I mean, it's actually cool that I'm choosing um, a healthy life by going within. So
Mhm.
cool.
Well, we're going to move on. We're going to go to purpose next, which is your unconscious grounding and balance. And it's the G on the left side. And so it's going to be the same number.
Yeah.
The E and the G, your core essence and your grounding and balance are the same. So for you, Roman, it'll be a 6, and for Kevin, it'll be a 1. So your purpose is the embodiment of like what fulfills you. So it's not like what you do. It's the quality of energy you express through your physical presence. So it's not your job or what you do in your career, but it's connected to your body stability and your inner compass. And when you're out of alignment here, you may feel ungrounded, exhausted, or disconnected. When aligned, you feel centered and energized, and your entire being becomes a transmission of stability, wisdom, and light. Oh, and I just wanted to share something about the other one, the radiance. I have I have the 28 one in radiance, and what keeps me healthy, and what keeps me healthy is purpose. So I think it's funny that there's like purpose. My purpose is in the health. And what keeps me healthy is being on in purpose, and preparing. Like line 1 is the preparation. So being prepared with purpose. I find that to be very, very interesting. So your guys' numbers will also play a role in your health. So do you know what your number is, Roman?
For my purpose,
Yeah, for your oh no, for your sorry, your radiance, your energy, your health.
we that it was a 6.
On your E on the left side.
Yeah. 6 on my left and 4 on my right.
Yeah, so it's overcoming conflict and being a peacemaker. So what keeps you healthy is being a peacemaker. It's discipline and integrity of a superior force to unilaterally cease conflict to permit surrender and survival of its foe.
Interesting.
Mhm. Conflict and friction. So when things change, it's you're the peacemaker.
Mm.
Yeah. So that gives you a little bit more context to the 6. So it's a 6.6 is the peacemaker. And then what about you, Kevin? What's your number on the E on the top left?
I got 59.1.
59. 9.1. Oh, and by the way, Roman, the 6 is in your emotions, your emotional center. So it's your emotional intelligence. So it's really staying calm and peaceful in your emotions. It's an emotional center. So it's important for you to stay healthy,
Uh,
that you stay at peace.
yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
No more stressing for for pay.
No stress that. All right, and what was it, Kevin? It was 58. What did you say? What did he say, Roman? 50 what? 57?
They say it was 50 something point one. Remember correctly?
It was 59.1.
Oh, 59.
59.1. Okay. So 59 is dispersion, and it's the ability to break down barriers to achieve union. So 59 is in the energy resource or the sacral part of your body. So it's that like sexual energy. And then you are the 1, which is the preemptive strike, the authority and vitality that in understanding purpose and direction can recognize and eliminate barriers before they become impregnable. The power of fertility to impregnate. The preemptive strike. 59.1. I'm just reading from the book, the main book, the Human Design book. I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I have a fear of fertility. No. Just kidding. um, sorry, my connection's kind of spotty, but I'm gonna relocate to another place, and then I'm hoping that I can be more interactive on this call. I apologize, you guys.
Oh, that's fine. Glad to have you. Just want to keep you guys awake, keep you engaged. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, well, we'll move on. Just want to give you guys a little bit of context so you know what we're doing, what we're talking about, synthesizing it. Okay, so purpose. So this is your unconscious grounding and balance. So on the left side, it's the G, and that G is for grounding and balance, and it's the embodiment of your purpose. So again, it's not necessarily a job or career or anything you do, but it's the energy you express through your physical presence. You could say it's your aura or your non-physical presence. And it's like this transmission that you're transmitting this energy. You have this kind of vibe that you're putting out when you're centered. So line 1, this is fulfillment through foundation and mastery. So we're laying the foundation. We're going deep. We're building structure. Line 1 feels most aligned when your life is built on structure, depth, and inner certainty. So we get that certainty by going deep. And you're here to become a master of what you do, and your purpose is activated when you can study, build, and teach from solid ground, when you feel safe and informed, and when your life reflects your values, you thrive. Your embodied purpose comes through inner certainty, solitude, and mastery. You're here to build a secure internal world. Your body thrives on stability, routine, and solitude. You feel purposeful when you're creating or mastering something with depth. When grounded, you radiate quiet strength and teach through embodiment. You need alone time to reconnect with truth and filter out noise from others. And then misalignment, how that shows up is burnout, mental anxiety, or fear of being wrong or unsafe. And so some examples of living this out could be studying or preparing before teaching or speaking, not winging it. Choosing to pause and center yourself before making a big decision. And then creating a personal ritual like a morning grounding, quiet tea, reading scripture, something that helps you feel secure. And a way to ground this is to create space for yourself to contemplate and then to deeply learn. So these line 1s, we go deep with a certain subject. We're meant to go really deep and master something with depth. That's how we feel purposeful when we're creating or mastering something with depth. So Kevin and I are master practitioners. We were in master prac together. So it makes sense to me that we're going deep into something. We're line 1s. We love going deep.
Right.
Subject of
Totally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like when I first heard about NLP, I wanted to go deep, but my conscious mind talked me out of it. And it wasn't until I learned until I learned the design system that I actually went forward with NLP. I knew it. I knew I wanted to go deep with it, but I learned to listen to my gut and not the chatter in my mind. All right. So line 2 is fulfillment through flow and natural expression. So these are the people that are just the naturals. They embody their gifts effortlessly, not forcefully. When life feels easy and graceful, the body relaxes and their purpose awakens. They shine when they're doing things that come naturally, especially when others recognize them without having to push. And they're here to live in rhythm with themselves. And the embodied purpose comes through grace, ease, and spontaneous expression. You're here to move with life and not push against it. Your body speaks louder than your mind. You radiate when you're in your natural rhythm. You feel fulfilled when your days feel graceful and unforced. People are drawn to your energy when you're just being you, not proving, not trying. Misalignment shows up as pressure, burnout, or feeling disconnected from your own rhythm. And then some examples of it in daily life are turning down a collaboration that doesn't feel aligned, even if it looks good on paper, which we could all probably learn from that example. Allowing yourself space to create, to rest or create when inspiration flows rather than sticking to rigid to-do lists. And then dressing, dancing, or working in a way that feels good in your body. And then a grounding practice can be to honor your need for alone time and say yes to what feels right and let life come to you. And then line 3 is fulfillment through experience and adaptability. We're going to be doing a lot of trial and error, and your purpose comes alive when you're fully engaged in the experiment of life. You learn by doing, trying, failing, pivoting, and not through just like this plan of action that's all rigid and you don't actually follow through. You have to like get out there and like start trying things. You're here to share what you've lived, and your alignment grows stronger with each step you take. And the more real you are, the more magnetic you become. And then embodied purpose comes through experience, flexibility, and playful growth. You're here to engage with life as an experiment, not a fixed path. You find purpose through trial and error, learning through what works and what doesn't. You're most aligned when you're in motion, adjusting, adapting, and staying curious. Your presence brings lightness. You show others how to grow through play and resilience. And then misalignment feels like chaos, indecision, frustration, and inconsistency. And when you honor the movement, your life becomes a dance of progress and wisdom. So some examples for the line 3 could be trying out different messaging or offers in your business to see what sticks, letting yourself fail forward and sharing the journey with others to inspire them, being willing to change your mind, location, or method based on what life is showing you. And then a grounding practice could be to keep moving, embracing mistakes as a milestone, and let your flexibility be your strength. So just a reminder as we're listening to these lines, like even though this specific embodiment of the 3 line is in your purpose, we can kind of glean from each of the lines wherever we have that number in our profile. So like, for example, I have a 3 in my, I have a 5.3 on my V, which is my conscious values. And that's essentially like love and relationships. And so I'm this way in relationships. Like I like to play and experiment and see what works. And that's how I've found myself in relationships, was I've just kind of tried and experiment and like, let's see where this goes. So FYI, like each of these kind of, you can kind of play with the words of like wherever you have a 4 or wherever you have a 5 or a 6 in your line, you kind of carry that energy across. All right, so line 4 of your purpose and your embodiment of fulfillment is through connection and community. Line 4 is the networking line. So wherever you have 4, it's going to be about your network. You're here to build and belong. Your purpose is fulfilled when you feel emotionally safe, connected to a community, and free to express your heart. You stabilize others simply through your presence. Loyalty, trust, and love are your foundation. And then embodied purpose comes through love, loyalty, and emotional authenticity. And you're here to live from heart, not the head. You ground your purpose through relationships, trust, and emotional safety. When you feel loved and connected, your body lights up with vitality. You create community wherever you go. You're a stabilizer for others through warmth. Misalignment shows up as closed-heartedness, disappointment, or isolation. You thrive when you serve through emotional openness and connection. And by the way, I'm going through these just back to back to back, just for time's sake, to keep this kind of more within the hour range. But if you guys want any expansion, just say the word and we can pause on any of these. So some examples of a line 4 in real life is taking time to check in emotionally with a friend or a client rather than just getting to business. Letting yourself cry, feel, or express affection even in professional settings, which I did today. I had a cry this morning. Leading a team or a project with empathy, not just performance. And then a grounding practice is to surround yourself with trusted relationships. Let love be your anchor and prioritize emotional intimacy. And then line 5, and then we'll go to 6, and then we'll be done with purpose. So line 5 is all about leadership, purpose through fulfillment and leadership and impact. These people want to speak up and feel alive when they're making a difference. You want to lead by offering practical solutions, which is all about line 5. As a 5-1 myself in my public role, I definitely am all about bringing practical solutions, which is what this course is practical application to your business that improves life for others. It's going to improve your business. Your purpose is about empowering people, not by fixing them, but by showing them what's possible. Your stability comes through aligned leadership, not control. And then embodied purpose comes through presence, clarity, and practical empowerment. You are here to live with influence and guide others by example. You don't have to control. Your presence influences naturally when you're aligned. You ground through clear boundaries, structure, and saying what you really mean. You carry a strong energetic field, and others may project onto you. So your growth comes from staying true in the face of that. And then misalignment shows up as burnout from fixing others, people pleasing, or hiding your power. Ouch. People pleasing, fixing, hiding. Definitely been there before for many years. Prosperity flows when you own your role as a practical guide, not a rescuer. So you need to learn to stop rescuing as that line 5. And then examples are offering practical solutions to a group or client that actually moves the needle. Speaking up on a difficult topic because it's what needs to be said. Letting go of the urge to fix someone and instead offering empowered guidance. And sometimes that means asking if they're open to guidance. Grounding practice is own your ability to guide others and don't shrink to fit, and lead with the clarity of vision and integrity. All right, moving on. This is your line, Roman. Your fulfillment through embodiment of higher purpose. Your purpose is higher purpose.
Love it.
Isn't that great? I love it. You're here to model a new way of being. Your fulfillment comes through living with integrity, patience, and perspective. You stabilize others by being true to your values, so they pick up on that. And then they feel the stability from that. And you don't need to rush. The more you embody your wisdom, the more your life becomes a beacon of what's possible. So a lot of this is just about the embodiment of what we've learned and gleaned over the years and being it.
Mm.
By example.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then your embodied purpose comes through wisdom, patience, and modeling a new way. So you're here to live your values, not just speak about them. Mm-hmm. You ground when you're aligned with long-term purpose and higher principles. You often experience 3 parts of life. So the 0 to 30 is testing, 30 to 50 is reflection, and then 50 and beyond is embodiment. And you're not here for quick fixes. You're here for the evolution of humanity through lived example. And
okay.
Is it all clicking?
Um,
Kind of?
yeah, I just I'm not. Yeah, just gotta quit. I don't know if it's gonna land awkward or I don't. I mean, no, um, anything intentionally mean about it, but I just need to branch away and like not be part of the herd and just learn to embody my values and truth. And in time, like like there'll be a new direction that I can lead. But I have to like stay true and be integrity with myself.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds right.
Definitely being in integrity.
Yeah.
Your fulfillment comes through living with integrity. So
Mm.
integrity and then patience and perspective. So sometimes we can speed things up and get out of integrity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, and let's see what else. So they have the three parts of life, and then you're not here for quick fixes. You're here for evolution of humanity through lived example. And misalignment shows up as when you withdraw or you get frustrated with others or you're emotionally disconnected. Like when you said you got into an argument with your daughter in
Yeah.
the car and you're emotionally disconnected. That's how you
Mm.
can know when you're out of alignment. And then you said you had a good conversation and then you came back and then the disconnection was gone.
Yeah. Just gave it time to rethink the approach. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I had to like I had to like try on new lenses to feel like, wow, how is this gonna land over there? And is the point gonna get across to where we're in a realm of understanding or are we gonna be in a realm of competition? So that's just kind of been like my approach more so. It's like, wow, this is gonna take a lot of time. But like just with practice, like anything, I'll become more efficient with it. But usually that's not how people operate. Like they want quick fix. They want instant gratification. And I'm just like, I don't operate like that. So
Good.
this
Good. You
is
shouldn't.
gonna be fun. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um, and then where were we? You thrive when you lead through silent alignment, not pressure. And so some examples are choosing to pause and observe instead of reacting emotionally, walking away
Mm-hmm.
from fast money or attention to stay aligned with long-term impact.
Mm.
And then quietly living as a role model. Your actions speak louder than words. So there you are with your perspective standing on the mountain.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Landing. All right.
It
Interesting.
lands? Okay, great.
Yeah, it's just like again, it's just gonna take time, and I just gotta get highly interested in trusting myself
Yeah.
beyond
I mean,
beyond your normal advice that people throw out that's unsolicited. When you walk through life, and oh, you should do this. This is what you should do. Like, no, I don't. Just having the mentality of like I'm just gonna go to beat the beats. I'm gonna go with the beat of my own drum now. So that sounds like a better future, honestly.
well, the more I look at this stuff, the more I realize how important it is to go within and just meditate and talk
Yeah,
to myself and like do affirmations
cool.
and yeah, like the self-talk, like I'm an aligned leader. I'm living in my embodiment of higher purpose. Like little meditations to ourselves, little affirmations, little mantras, little mutterings that we say to ourselves in a low brainwave, because it's when we're in that low brainwave, our brain accepts it.
Yeah,
So yeah, we regulate our body, we stay peace and calm, we can kind of get new ideas when we're creative. We're creative when we're relaxed. We can come up
yes,
with new ideas and access infinite intelligence, like the super mind that God created in the universe is just like we access it by just closing our eyes and relaxing. And shutting our eyes to everything that we actually see, and then going within and realizing there's infinite possibilities within us.
Got
The
it.
kingdom of heaven is within us.
Right.
Yeah. So it does take going within.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I get really caught up in stress and not breathing and just go, and that's when I need to like push back and like, okay, I'm off center. Like I need to come back to my meditation, my affirmations, my relaxing, my writing, like praying. Like it's when I get off balance from my grounding and balance that I get all stressed. So we need to know what grounds us and then continually be coming back to that, coming back to that, coming back to that. All right, so we went through your vocation and desk work, and so now we're gonna like put it all together. Um, your actually, I want to say, so yours, Roman, what's your number on the G on the left side? You said it was a 6, but what was the number?
Yeah. Oh, or G is 6.6 and the E is 36.6.
Oh, G is 6.6. Oh, I think we did 6.6 for the other one. Okay, 36.6 and 6.6. Okay, so the six is um your 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 purpose, and the 36 is your energy, what keeps you healthy. So what keeps you in your purpose, in your embodied purpose is the 6.6, which is the peacemaker that we spoke about. So that's what keeps you purposeful, is in peace. Conflict management, because your emotions. So your purpose is tied to your peace, peaceful surrender, and yeah, making peace, being the peacemaker. And then your health is tied to the 36, which is cycles. And then it's justice, the inevitable survival of right. It says the knowledge and attendant faith that powers of darkness eventually destroy themselves. Those whom the gods wish to destroy, they first make mad. So no more getting mad for you. It's not healthy for you. The correctness of crisis when it arises out of pure feelings. So yeah, staying in cycles, patterns, and justice is what keeps you healthy. Is your radiance, bringing justice. So
Like a superhero. Bring justice.
oh yeah, like Justice League.
There you go. All right.
I
I'll
don't
play.
actually know much about these lines. Like when I say it, like it just, you kind of have to synthesize it and say it again and read it again in different lights and different versions of it to start to get it.
Got it.
But yeah, that's essentially what keeps you in 36 is your energy, and the other one was the peacemaking is your purpose. And the 36 is where in the body? 36 is, that's also in your emotional center. So your health and your purpose is in your emotions. So you got to be very emotionally regulated. And then I think Kevin had to drop off, so I don't know where he is. I've seen him drop off and come back on a few times. Okay, so your prosperity code, like you have this, like your daily desk work for you, Roman. Yours is a 3, so you're a strategist. And then your role and the business, your team and allies is your unconscious personal law and Jupiter. So yours is let's see if I have that here. One of your charts, but it's not the BG5, so it's unconscious personal law. So you're the 27 1. And then your prosperity key is 23 5. So I think that was like leadership and power. And then your life work, your brand is your conscious core essence. Your life lesson, your evolution is your conscious grounding and balance, which is your earth, which we just went through tonight. Your life, or yesterday, actually, yesterday was your life lesson. I don't know if you caught that part. I think you cut off part of the way. We went through the life lesson. And then your health, your personal energy source is your unconscious core essence and your sun. And then your unique genius, your secret sauce is what your clients want from you personally. And that's your unconscious grounding and balance. And it's the same quality line as your brand. And then your life lesson, your evolution is your conscious grounding and balance, which is earth. And then we kind of get into more like of what can help you put together your elevator speech of like what your clients secretly desire from you. So it's opposite of your unconscious personal law and protection, Jupiter. So in your chart, you go into where you have your unconscious personal law and protection. So for you, it's the 27-1. So you go to the opposite of that, which is the 50. So you would look up what is the 50. So your client.
What is the 50 gate?
Yeah, the 50 trait is so the 27 is in the sacral or the energy resource, and the 50 is in the spleen, the intuition. So 50 is, let's see, what's the 50? Values. They want some values. The value of historical continuity whose traditional values serve and enrich the present and future. Which I believe that in your 6th line of your purpose was, there was something about values, wasn't there? Living by your values.
Yeah. Values and integrity, right?
Yeah.
I
I think
remember.
that's what it was. Something like that. Patience, integrity, perspective. Yeah. So your clients most want to achieve, no, what is this? Your client's secret desire from you. Their secret desire from you. So it's kind of like this intuitive Lenic energy of the cauldron of values. And let me see what line is that? 27. 27 ones. 51 would be the immigrant humbleness of origin that benefits rather than restricts destiny. Yeah. So the secret desire from you is for you to be connected to your values. So the values work that we did together, that's going to be really important for you to bring that to your clients. So have those in front of you. What else? And then your clients most want to achieve your core genius secret sauce, which is your unconscious grounding and balance, and which we went through tonight. So that's the same as your purpose. It's also your secret sauce. And then you help them achieve this by your life work and your brand, which is your conscious core essence, which is the 12, I believe, for you. And the 12-4. So they can have your life lesson, evolution, and have a new outcome. That's your conscious grounding and balance, your earth. Conscious grounding and balance. So that's your life lesson. So it's the G on the right side, on the conscious side. So your homework until next week is to put it all together.
Okay. I feel like it's all coming together. Just a little bit added information. Yeah. Got to sit and meditate and pull it out of my DNA, you know?
Yeah. Meditate on the love, y'all. And I think that
There you go.
Black Eyed Peas said that, but for you, you meditate on the peace, y'all. Peace and love.
Absolutely.
Peace and love. Yeah. So you help, which is your unconscious personal law and protection. Like, so for me, it's leadership. I help people step into their leadership. I'm drawn to people who want to step into their leadership, people who are leaders, high level leaders, developing leaders, developing teams, people who want to develop teams and leadership. That's my unconscious personal law and protection. And I do it with a new system who opposite unconscious personal law and protection state. So let me pull up my chart real quick. Personal opposite unconscious personal law and protection. So that is the 7. So I think so 7 is in the G center, or the identity center, which is a direction, giving people direction. So people want from me, they want direction, the role of the self in interaction, the need for leadership to guide and order society. So people essentially want that from me. Who unconscious personal law protection. And then to achieve my unconscious grounding and balance, which is the 27, which is essentially gosh, purpose. I always get the 27 and 28 mixed up like every day. It's nurturing. Yeah, it's nourishment. So they can be nourished and have self-care. And so they can grounding and balance, which is essentially wandering and being free to travel and roam and go wherever they want, whenever they want. So that's kind of an overview using my traits. So you can play with it for yours. And then next week we'll come back and we'll have a kind of like a freestyle coaching week. So anyone you want to invite who wants coaching, wants to go through their design, they're welcome to jump on.
Sounds good.
I'm good.
Sounds good. Liking it, liking it.
Great. All right, awesome. Well, anything else before we complete tonight?
No, that's it. Thank you for your time. Got a lot of empowerment and inspiration to dive into. Now that we're narrowing down it all, so appreciate it.
Fantastic. Sounds good. All right. Well, that's it. We're done. Congratulations. Now we celebrate. Yay! Woo! Confetti, sparkles, poppin' bottles, non-alcoholic bottles, apple cider bottles. Thank you for playing along. It's great having you. And that's a wrap for your unique career personality blueprint. Next week, freestyle coaching week, and we'll bring it all together. Right? Much love, peace and love.